Meanwhile, hundreds of Indonesian students have taken to the streets of Jakarta protesting against President Joko Widodo's perceived interference in next week's election. Demonstrators raised concerns over what they see as a democratic decline. They called on the president and state officials to remain neutral in the hotly contested race. Mr Widodo, who has been facing mounting allegations of ethical and legal breaches, had said he would not join any campaign events in the lead-up to the polls. While the leader has not explicitly endorsed any one candidate or any one pairing, he has made highly publicized appearances with frontrunner Prabowo Subianto, whose running mate is Mr Widodo's eldest son, Gibran Rakabuming Raka. More Chani Bhavani joins us live from Medan. Chani, what prompted these protests? Could they have any impact on numbers that we see on election day?
Well, these protests aren't the first of their kind to happen, and we don't know if they'll be the last that we see of them either, as it's 1 week for the Indonesian presidential elections. And as to what prompted these protests, well, we are seeing more voices from various segments of the Indonesian public. They're coming forward and they are calling out their concerns on what they perceive to be interference in the presidential elections by President Joko Widodo. Now, from the way his brother-in-law, who was a constitutional court chief justice, was dismissed from his post over a controversial ruling that paved the way for Mr Widodo's son, Gibran Rakabuming Raka, to run for vice presidency, to what many perceive to be the president indicating a preference towards frontrunner Defense Minister Prabowo Subianto as well. However, at this point and based on surveys, it doesn't look like Mr Prabowo's lead is slowing down. And in fact, he has pledged to continue President Joko Widodo's programs.
All right, Chani, picking up on that, Prabowo Subianto, you just mentioned, is a front runner. We're a week away from election day itself. Where are we in terms of Mr Prabowo after him? Who's next and who's last right now in the polls?
Well, latest polls still place Mr Prabowo in the lead, and he has been for some time now. And if anything, latest surveys only show him gaining a wider margin over the other two candidates. That's former Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan coming in second, and recent surveys and showing former Central Java Governor Ganjar Pranowo coming in third after Mr Anies Baswedan. Now, having said that, we are still 1 week away from voting day, and candidates are really hoping to secure anyone who hasn't made up their minds yet or who could potentially even change their minds. So the undecided and the swing voters really critical leading up in this very critical time leading up to the 14th of February.
Oh, thanks to Chani Bhavani reporting live to us there from Medan.